Hello, ladies. It is Jenny Harrison here today to give you some tips on your business. When Ashley asked me to be a guest speaker for you guys, I was honored and flattered. So, shout out to you, ladies, the playful remedies. I hope that you enjoy all of these tips. I actually wrote them down so I wouldn't forget anything. So the first thing I want to talk to you guys about is using an open date card in your business. An open date card can be downloaded off the internet. You can go to Google and find them, or maybe one of your team members has one already that she uses. But you want to date your parties on an open date card and pick the days that you want to work and don't work the days that you want to spend time with your family. So use that open date card to do specials and offer those select dates to clients to book in the next 3 weeks. You know, ladies, so often we book parties 2 or 3 months out and we are left with low attendance or cancellations because people lost the excitement about the show. We do not need 3 months notice to plan a party. So get that open date card out, use it, make sure you're dating those parties 3 weeks out max on your books, and it was going to help you fill up those months that you want to win things like Cancun right now, ladies. It's not too late. And use it all the time. It really will help, work your family life too around your business. So that's my first tip. The second tip I have is to keep a list. You know, I actually have one right here. I'm going to show you. I have this little book that I carry with me everywhere. It's always in my purse. I actually sleep with it next to my bed. So when I think of something, including making this video today, it goes on my list for the following day. If you're not a paper person, use your phone to make those lists. It's really easy to do that nowadays. A great app is Wunderlist. WUNDR list. It's a great way to keep track of what you need to do. And if you don't get to your entire list that day, it's okay. It just goes on tomorrow's lists. But I love having a list with me at all times because you never know when a really cool idea is going to strike you or something like, oh my God, I need to take care of that. And being able to write it down or put it in your phone is super important to your success, okay? The other thing is I want to talk to you newbies for a minute. Build your stock ASAP, girls. If you have not taken advantage of the inventory credit program and you are brand new, you are a crazy person. You absolutely should. But if you've been in for 3 months or longer, you definitely should start carrying stock. You know, I have a team member who is amazing. She made President's Club in her second year of business, and she wasn't carrying a ton of stock, and she made President's Club. Well, this year she built up her inventory. She used her tax refund to do so, and her sales have tripled since investing in her inventory. So you want to make sure you have inventory. Women are impulse buyers. It's super important for your business. And also, you are going to find that you're spending less at the post office and in gas money. You know, I always laugh when people say, oh, I don't have the money to carry inventory. And I say, yet you have the money to spend $400 or even $1,000 at the post office every year. So put it in perspective and build that inventory as soon as you can because it's going to help your business and it's going to help keep you committed. And you want to use a rule of thumb of about 30% of your party profit back toward your inventory when you're building it in the beginning. All right? Easy breezy tips, set goals, girls. It's still early in the year. You know, I always joke that if you don't have a goal, it's like you're basically saying, hey, I'm going to go to Tree Falls, Idaho, and I'm going to get there without a map. I'm just going to drive towards it and see what happens. That's what you're doing when you're not setting a goal. Setting a goal is literally taking out the map and mapping, you know, how to get to that goal. So you want to make sure you have the goal written down, and then you want to enact a weekly plan to achieve your goal. Okay? So make sure you're doing that. Another one that I love that I absolutely have to give you guys is get over your fear of the phone. The phone is your best friend. Without our clients and customer care calls, you are losing business, you are losing bookings, and you are losing possible recruit leads. So it's super important that you overcome your fear of the phone, and you can do that by buddying up with a Pure Romance sister. You can create a script that you could use so that when you're calling, you don't feel as nervous. You can disguise them as customer care calls and just say, hey girl, I'm calling to see how you like that coochie cream. And by the way, I'm offering this special if that makes you feel a little bit better about making them. But I'm a big fan of sometimes just calling to say, hey Amy, it's Jenny from Pure Romance. I was just calling to see how you're doing and just building that relationship. You know, we're in the business of building relationships. So if we're not doing that regularly with our clients, we are losing them. So using the phone to build a relationship is a really great idea. And when they like you and they feel like you guys are friends, they're going to always use you as a consultant, and they're always going to book parties with you, shop with you, and maybe someday sponsor with you and join your team. So Remember, after you make that first call, it only gets easier. And another fun way to overcome your fear of the phone is do a phone-a-thon with your team, have prizes, and get some pizza and some wine and start dialing for dollars. It's really easy. Super fun way. And we already just kind of talked about follow up already. Now I want to talk to you girls that have been in for a while. One of the biggest mistakes I see is as consultants is that we love them and leave them. So we have an amazing $1,500 party. It's awesome. And then you send them a thank you note. Maybe you do one or two follow up calls and you never call them again because you figure, oh, they have my number or they are friends on Facebook with me. They know how to get me if they need me. Well, the truth is, honestly, you're the last thing on their mind. It's painful, I know, but it's true. So it's important that you go through your old leads at least twice a year. And old leads, I mean, for those of you that have been in, I'm talking like for me, I go back 10 years, okay? And just say, hey, I'm still in business. I'm still around. If you need anything, let me know. And I cannot tell you how many things in the way of sponsoring and party bookings and sales I've got from doing that. So definitely dig out those old leads. And if you haven't got them into COO, pay someone, get them into COO. It's so awesome to have them right on the app in your phone. It's so helpful and easy. So if you are busy, you have another day job, I highly recommend you make customer care calls, follow-up calls to your old leads, or anyone that you've met recently while you're driving to and from work or on your lunch break. I used to do that all the time when I had a full-time day job. And the other thing is to target market your past clients. So that is something that I do regularly as well. I try to target market my clients that are spending a certain amount of money, so like 150 and above. They get a special VIP email from me every single month with my special sale or offer, and of course information that they can take and use right away about their sexual health and wellness. Okay, so do target marketing whenever possible. Facebook target markets you all the time. You ever notice how you type something in, maybe you were on a wine website and all of a sudden all the ads on Facebook are about wine because you've been target marketed. So it's not a dirty thing, but you do want to do that, especially if you're stuck in a group that you're just not getting high sales and you're feeling frustrated and you're ready to quit. So that should help you tremendously. My last tip, I'm giving you like 10 minutes of tips here. This is awesome. Is work the hours. You know, if you set specific hours to work your business every day, you're going to have a ton more success. I meet so many women in this business that say, oh, Jenny, I barely work my business or I barely do anything for my business. And I'm like, and you have 20,000 in sales? You're lucky. Good for you. That's awesome. Now imagine if you could dedicate 1 hour a day to your business or 1 hour a week to your business. How much more business you would have. You would double, you would triple. It'd be awesome. So for all you single ladies out there, this is easy breezy for you. If you don't have kids, you don't have a family, just take an hour, dedicate it or two to your business daily. And that could be anything just that we teach in Pure Romance, which is book, sell, share, repeat. Book, sell, share, repeat. Those are the things you should be focusing on, okay? If you're a leader, you definitely should be reading some leadership books and things like that. But if you're scheduled to work, let's say you had a party and that party canceled on you, you were scheduled to work that night. Don't go, yay, free night, I'm going to go have some wine with the girls. Instead say, okay, yay, free night, I'm going to have wine with the girls and bring lots of goodie bags out with me and drum up some new business, okay? So there's a way that you can still have fun and work the hours that you were scheduled to work. It's really important that you are allocating the amount of time directly to your goals. So if your goal is to hit South Africa, you cannot be barely working your business this year. You need to be committing at least 15 hours a week to working your business, okay? So make sure you're doing that. And again, if you are working full-time, you are a mom, you have a lot of things going on in your life, make sure that you create the time for your business. So for instance, I ask my husband on Saturdays from 7 to 8 a.m. or from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. if he can be with my daughter so I can get things done. And I've also hired a babysitter to come a couple times a week to just, watch her, help out so I can bang out videos or do my inventory real quick or anything else, or get an assistant if that floats your boat. But there are lots of ways you can make the time, even if you have another job or you have a family, as I mentioned earlier, using that time driving to make calls or on your lunch break and having those numbers already programmed into your phone or your app, okay? So I want to leave you girls with this. If you can answer yes to these 5 questions, then you are on the right track in your business. If you cannot, then it's time to reevaluate, set some goals, ask me any questions. You can shoot me a message on Facebook. I'm Jennifer Garrison Harrison. You can follow me. I can't friend you because I'm already getting really close to my limit, but I always respond. And sometimes I don't check my other folder, so I have to get more diligent about doing that. But so if you don't hear back from me right away, there's a reason. It's not because I don't love you and I don't want to help you. It's just maybe you went to my other folder and I didn't look. So feel free, though, to write to me because I will get back to you, all right? So here are the 5 questions I want you to ask yourself. Number 1, am I ready to accept responsibility for my own future? A lot of us are living our sad story or our old story, or I'm so busy, or I don't have time for this. And you're literally saying that in your mind over and over, and you are creating that life for yourself. So I want you to change that inner dialogue, and I want you to become responsible for your future and your success, okay? Number 2, are you ready and realistic about the challenges and changes you're going to face in your business? If you are, then great, you are ready to rock and roll. And if not, it's time to, again, change that thinking, all right? So, do you understand, number 3, that your chances of success rise every time you bring someone onto your team, whenever you sponsor someone, because that's what's called a residual source of income, that override check, and it's super important that you have one. So the more people you sponsor, it is a numbers game, the more success you are going to have in your life, and you are spreading the love and the wealth to others in the world. So don't be afraid of sponsoring. Number 4, are you willing to focus on what you have to do to succeed? And is your partner on board with you? Is your upline on board with you? Do you have an accountability buddy? So start thinking about some of those things, all right? And last but not least, number 5, am I willing to do whatever it takes to reach my destination or my goal? All right, ladies, so I hope you can answer yes to all of those. If you can't, it's time to do a quick reevaluation and maybe get yourself an accountability buddy. I just want to thank you all again so much for having me, and have a great week, ladies. Talk to you soon. Bye.